So, where our story begins, we are on a bus. It is departing Arkham, Massachusetts, and it is bound for Bennington, Vermont. We're in the summer of 1922. It's stinking hot, and this bus has accommodation for about 12 people. At the very front, you can see there is an older professor. He's got a bit of grey going through his blonde hair, but he's handsome in a kind of role model you shouldn't have sort of way. Behind him, there is a younger woman. She's a postgrad student, and she's diligently going over her notes, rechecking things and making sure that once they get to Bennington, everything's going to be in order. These two are Professor Charles Leiter and his postgrad student and kind of assistant, Amelia Court. Behind them, there's this group of 6 students from an artists' club. 2 of them are sitting in the back, sort of whispering and giggling to themselves. They're a newly made couple and the hottest gossip at Arkham University. In front of them, there's a younger kid. It looks like he's possibly went to university a little early, and he's got this dark fringe which flops over his hair in a slightly... it's a little modern. Even for our time, and definitely for theirs. Before them, yet another couple, and finally a student who's working through a camera roll to take some film once they get there. This group is going to be dropped off in the woods nearby Bennington, where they're going to spend a few days camping and painting the surrounding landscape. The other 2, Amelia and the professor, are here to look into a house which has recently been handed over to Arkham University to document artifacts inside and record whatever else can be found, given that the previous owner has unfortunately passed away. We also see the 3 investigators who have found spaces on the bus and are making themselves comfortable. Art, could you describe yourself first?
Hello, I'm Art. I'm going to be playing Vivian Langley, actor extraordinaire who is currently resting. Vivian is kind of lounging, I suppose. I don't think Vivian ever sits. I think he just lounges. Has a very nice, light, silk, lavender shirt. That is a little frayed at the edges, but he, keeps it tucked in so you can't really tell. Nice pair of dark slacks with a decent pair of, leather shoes. And is holding a silver pommeled cane. He's absently tapping at the chair on the back of the chair in front of him, which may or may not contain someone else. We'll find out. And is just having a Nevada out the window, enjoying the scenery.
Perfect. So the person that you are prodding is your current housemate and distant cousin, I believe, Jackson?
Quite right. Hey, I'm Jackson, and I'm playing Professor Stephen Chase, who is the youngest professor at the age of 31. He's just made it onto the staff at the Miskatonic University. He's very mild-mannered and does what he's told. He's an Arkham native, so he's just kind of stayed in his own lane his entire life. And yes, he's recently given up the sofa, Shay's lounge in the parlor, to his distant cousin Vivian, who's come across the pond. So yes, I believe he's sitting in front of Vivian, who is absent-mindedly tapping. He hasn't said anything yet, but I think Vivian knows that Stephen knows that he's doing it. He's just kind of let it go so far.
I don't think Vivian's that aware of his surroundings.
Oh, okay, excellent. I'm glad to know that. It's not malice. I think this is probably Stephen's first kind of field trip as a professor. So he's got the guidebook. He's got the staff policies and procedures guidebook from the university over in his lap, and he's kind of trying to read it and look down, and looking at the things to do in case of an emergency, while also looking up and kind of frowning at that couple who are I think getting a bit too close to obscene with their public displays of affection, kind of tutting every now and then. But yeah, that's how he's occupying himself.
Perfect. And then our final member, Thomas, where are you placed?
That's me. My name is James, and I am playing Thomas Ouellette. You can call me Tommy. You can call me Teddy. You can call me Mr. Ouellette. If you call me Fred, I don't know what to do with it. But that's about the end. I'm placed behind Professor Chase, sitting a tall, broad-shouldered young man with an athlete's build. And I've got a little notebook out, and I'm doodling away on some maths homework. Very beautiful mind style. Unfortunately, Thomas is not very good at maths. So he gets through the whole page looking very fancy and then 5 plus 7 isn't 26. Okay, I'll go back, and this is all worthless now. I'm going to fail the midterm.
So, Thomas, you're an athlete, right? What is your field of athletic expertise?
I am technically I'm a swimmer, but it's not what I want to be. My passion is as a baseball player, and that's what I spend all of my free time doing. But I am on the Miskatonic University swim team. Go Squids! And
Go Squids.
I'm on a scholarship here from down from Maine, so that's about the best that I can. I got to keep up the swimming if I want to stay in the university under the tutelage of the good Professor Chase.
That's right. So
I have a question. What we can call you? You said we can call you Thomas or Tom or Ted. Can I call you Chicken?
Sure. What? That sounds great. I don't want to say no because I'm slightly scared now.
Perfect. I love it.
So as Professor Chase, I presume only Stephen to your friends and those
Right.
and your superiors. Professor Chase, as you swing around to just shoot a glare at this couple once more, it's matched by Amelia. She's very much got that self-appointed school leader kind of vibe, and she swings around occasionally to deliver them a stern look and mirror your own tutting. But Thomas, you might have a different perception of them. You see, Becky Wallfish is very big into the painting scene, but her current partner, Peter Ride, is less so. He's actually the star baseball player for the Miskatonic University, and I wonder if you would... what's your approach here? Are you trying to, like, is this it? Is this your big break? You make friends with them here and you're on the team?
I mean, that might be how someone who's a little more socially capable approaches the situation, but I got really nervous. I kind of ended up sitting as far away from them on the bus as I could, and then I started doing maths homework, which really isn't very cool. So I'm trying to think whether I should approach, but sort of just hovering like a large, henge over the entire situation.
Did you ever try out for the team, or is this an aspiration for future?
I couldn't try out for the team because I was already part of the swim team, and you can't be an athlete on both teams according to university policy because your grades might slip. I thought that maybe I could, if I did really well, they might let me, but that is beyond my capability.
Yeah, hypothetically, you may, but you've yet to see
Yes. If maths has taught me anything, it's that everything is possible, which is probably not the best thing to learn from it.